intro. So Sarah is our Director Consultant and is a member of BNI Edge, holding the category for Employment Activities Recruitment Consultant of her group. Sarah is the founder of her business Innerworks, which came to life when she identified a gap in the recruitment and administration market for businesses needing a range of support services. Prior to becoming a successful business owner 8 years ago, Sarah previously worked as a qualified chef, catering manager, restaurant manager, and became a company trainer for managers, supervisors and 2ICs. One of her highlighted experiences in her own HR career was recruiting and managing 140 employees across multiple states. Sarah is the proud mum of 2 beautiful boys that she celebrates life with every day. Her mission is to share her experience and expertise with her clients, focusing solely on their business success. And now I'll hand it over to you, Sarah, but before you begin, could you share with us something that nobody knows about you?
I actually have 5 tattoos, and nobody ever really sees them because I'm always wearing a suit. Okay, I've got to come up with some more facts because I'm here too often. All right, who here looks at statistics in their business? I surely hope everybody that owns a business is putting their hand up, and if you're not, you should definitely reflect. Because without statistics, how are you going to know your profit? How are you going to know your goals? How are you going to look at your money coming in, where you need to go, bills, all of those kinds of things? Like any good business at BNI, we track stats in our chapters to gain the most and get benefit out of everything that we do here in BNI. That comes to our meetings, our one-to-ones, our business connections, all of those things make an impact. So I just want to go over with some stats. Now, I love that your goal is to be the best chapter in Australia, and I am 110% on board for that to be your mission. And I'm here to help show you how to get there, and how to get there with all of your traffic lights, and how you can essentially gain those points to lift you up really quickly, because there are some really easy ways that this chapter can go from here to get to where you want to be. And for all of the newer members in the chapter, I'd like to, there's some things in here that you'll learn that you might not know yet, and how to look at your statistics in BNI. So as you can see, obviously you've got your Go for Green, and for all of the new members, if you're not sure how to go from yellow into the green, when this report comes out, if you click on your name, it will actually take you to another page which shows you how to get there, and it'll tell you exactly how many points and what you need to do to get yourself into the green. So this is where you are at the moment. Number 4, you guys were number 1 just before this report had come out. So you guys have actually had a little bit of a dip, and it was margin. It was such a very, very close margin on how you got to that point from 1. And I'm going to point out what you can do to get back to 1, which will lift you in that country statistic as well. So, and as I'd like to point out, that's the stats there. You've gone down 20 points. Okay, it might seem like a lot, but when I point out how to get back there, it's quite quickly. So when you click on your name or your chapter, when you're looking at the BNI reports, this is the page that comes up. It shows you where you're sitting, how many points. It goes through, obviously you guys are in the yellow, so, and not in the red, which is great. So this color will be yellow or red or gray, wherever you are sitting in that box, in that part of BNI. So if you're looking here, they're all really marginary. As I said, so close, and I'll post this into the Facebook group for everybody to have a little bit of a closer look. But if we look at the top, so you've got your size. Just if you had 1 more person, that would have lifted your points drastically in the country statistics. And then growth, obviously, as well, ties into that. Your referrals, 0.02%. is how close you were, but not enough referrals to get you over the line. So very, very close as well. But again, if you just had that extra push of referrals, and you guys are really good with referrals, but you've got to remember your size and your variance. If everybody is doing that power of 1 that Chris talks about, this is not even a question. Because when you do the power of 1, you're already there. You're already doing the basic statistics to get you all in the green at the top, which puts your whole chapter up there already. your visitors, but the other thing is your conversion. So when you do have visitors, it's really important that you have the right people in the room. And I quite often talk about how you can get those people, and converting them is the next step though. So you might have some really great businesses come into this room and think they're a great connection, and they might get business from you and vice versa, which is really great. And that's the point of having visitors in the room, is to build relationships, help them as well. However, by getting those people in the room, you really need to be looking at that process of when you bring a visitor in the room, not only benefiting the chapter, however benefiting their business, what does that look like? And it really comes down to ensuring you as a chapter are doing your visitor steps. So now that you've had a big leadership change, I'd say one thing that we'll be focusing on is really giving that visitor feel the expectations during the process, because it pays off for them. It can be quite intimidating and it's hard for the people that have been in the room for a really long time to remember what it's like to be a visitor when you walk in the room. You know, you're walking into a big room of people who are very well known to each other and very connected and passing a lot of business, but that can be really intimidating for people that haven't been in that scenario before as well. So it's really mindful that we remember that, and then just focus on the visitor induction and orientation. And the reason I talk about that is because it actually teaches our visitors what the commitment looks like for BNI, because if it's not right for them, that's cool. We can give them the facts and they can make that decision for themselves. And if it is right for them, then they're going to know the next step and how to get there and what that looks like to join the chapter. And that can make or break. So I've been to a BNI room. I've gone and trained some people on how to do the induction. They didn't have any conversions for about 3 months, went there, 1 induction, 3 applications on the same day. So there are small things that can really get you over the line, and all that is giving your visitors clarity and information, basics. And then your attendance, 0.04. So if you just had your attendance slightly elevated, then you would have been essentially number 1, and you could have been number 5 at least in the country if you had lifted just those small basics. Okay, as I mentioned, take action. How do we get there to be the best chapter? Okay, size, anything over 30. So that's why you're at 1, you had 29. Anything over 30 is ideal for you to get very high. As soon as you go over that, your points are really hard to get from the other parts. So I would be consistently aiming to not get below 30. Increase your referrals, obviously, by 0.2%. There are many ways that you can do this, but at the end of the day, having more one-to-ones is going to get you the more referrals for yourself and for the other people learning about their business and who their ideal client is, so that you can then refer them. Look at your conversions, of course, as I just mentioned, visitor inductions and the process. That is really important. I'll probably present on that next time that I'm here to just kind of go through what that looks like. And I'm happy to do some training when I'm here next time as well, even just before the end of the year, and teach people how to do that visitor induction, because it is really important to provide clarity. That will push your statistics really quickly. So if anybody does have any questions about any of that, go to Chris, here's Go for Green. He'll love to teach you all about it. But as I said, click on your name. That page is going to come up for yourself. And if you click on your chapter, that's the page that comes up. It tells you how to get there. So if you're wondering how to be the best, statistics is the quickest way to get there. And I don't talk about statistics very often because it's not very fun, but that is me for the day, and I hope that helps you guys succeed. Thank you.
All right, now this is the best part of the room.